You're listening to Cosplay Bites, the podcast that takes a closer look at the world of cosplay, conventions, and all the nerdy bits and bytes. Brought to you by the Lightning Palace and proudly sponsored by Anchor. Join me as I discuss a variety of topics and conventions alongside the joy of bringing your favorite characters to life. All right, so I'm here for another episode of Cosplay Bites, and this time around, we're going to keep having April be a strong month despite all the craziness going. So for this episode, I have with me the incredibly sweet and lovely Krissy Victory. How you doing?
Good. How are you doing in this
I'm
lockdown of craziness?
I'm going crazy, playing a lot of video games, and trying to not be so tired.
Animal Crossing really is the wave.
Oh yeah, that, and I've been playing Persona 5 Royal because unfortunately Amazon delayed my copy of Final Fantasy VII Remake. So,
Really?
well, only slightly. I mean, long story short, one of the photographers that you know and I know, David No, I guess Amazon had like a coupon for the deluxe edition to the game, like not long after it got released, or not released, announced. So I was able to get the thing for like $50, and then with free shipping, it was going to show up a week after the game came out. So I figured, you know what? I increased the shipping to make it so that it would show up on release day, but then because of the crazy virus, Amazon said that it would be delayed until this coming Tuesday. So, all that extra shipping for nothing. So,
Yeah, that's a lot. I've heard mail has been like really hard to get lately. Like
yeah.
mail has been quite an issue. I haven't gotten 2 things in the mail since, and it's supposed to have been here.
Oh boy. So yeah, I mean, yeah, Animal Crossing and Persona 5, those are keeping me sane while I anxiously wait, because then Final Fantasy is going to take all my priority, all my attention. So,
Oh yeah, that's like a big thing right now.
yeah, everyone's tweeting about it, and I'm just sitting here like, oh, I don't have my copy yet. Why? It's torture. Okay, yeah, slight off topic tangent, but hey, welcome to the show. This episode, we're gonna talk about OnlyFans and its rapid rise in platform, but we're also gonna talk with Krissy here and get to know her a little more. So first off, shout out to my patrons over on my Patreon. We have Coralia Jade, Katyuska Moonfox, Kendall, Mink the Satyr, Nicole Marie Jean, Noah, Oh My Sophie, and Shaylin. And I also announced that due to me feeling burnout with all the crazy stuff going on, I'm taking another hiatus off of my blog, Lightning Palace. So for now, you can look at posts such as Struck First write-ups on Azura cosplay and her Safi Jiva from Monster Hunter. I've got the ever so lovely Falafel cosplays in her Calamity Ganon from Katsucon, as well as Tough Tink as Rainbow Road Peach, and my impressions on the Bravely Default 2 demo that dropped a couple weeks back. And with that being said, that takes care of administration stuff. So, before I let you talk about yourself for a little bit, from what I could gather from your Facebook page, Krissy over here, total sweetheart, first of all. And
Thank
she,
you.
you're
Some
welcome.
people will say otherwise. It depends on who you talk to, but it's whatever. I'm very outspoken.
Right. Okay, outspoken. From what I could gather, you are based in Michigan. Is that okay to say?
What'd you say?
You're based in Michigan?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. Cosplaying.
Definitely.
You were
Since
cosplaying in
2012.
2012. Yep. I've got you're a theater major, and notable outfits that you've done in my eyes actually have been your female Finn from Star Wars. You've done Nezuko from Demon Slayer.
I
Uh,
love Demon Slayer so
yeah.
much. I rewatched it and I just fell back in love. It's so good.
I'm not really an anime person, so I actually just stopped watching My Hero Academia solely because I guess my I guess my ad blocker is not working on Crunchyroll anymore, so I'm just like, oh, crying out loud. Um, anyways, other outfits you've done: 2B,
Yep.
Raven, Lucoa,
Diva.
Umbreon, and Tifa. And yeah, so before we dive into OnlyFans, which you're a creator on, um, why don't you tell us a little bit more about your like cosplay history or cosplay adventures? So like you started in 2012. Was it because like you went to your first con ever that you wanted to get into it, or
How I got into cosplay?
right?
A college friend basically. She was doing cosplay and for fun, and I didn't know anything about it. I just love Halloween and I love the idea of dressing up as your favorite character.
Yep.
And I really I went with her because she told me to come, and I just loved it so much. It was such a beautiful experience, and I just got really addicted, and I kept going to events and kept dressing up and getting to know people in the community.
Right. That's good. So, what was your first cosplay when you went to your convention?
I had Panty from Panty and Stocking. It was
Okay.
so bad. It was so bad. The wig, the dress, it was horrible. But everybody's first isn't perfect.
Absolutely. I was just gonna add that, like, everyone starts somewhere. My Nightwing was hideous. Like, I didn't realize when I first put on the wig, it was all smoothed out, and I was like, this feels weird. And then, like, I didn't do it until my first convention where I realized, oh, this thing has a wig cap on. That's why it's so smooth and all nice and kept together. And then, like, the emblem was like just red shirt fabric, like cut up from a shirt, all hot glued onto a black shirt. It was, ay, 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 a crazy mess.
Mm,
Let's see. Do you have Well, okay, so have you been like an quote unquote like into gaming nerdy stuff like since you were little or
I've always liked video games and anime growing up, and my brother would put me on video games and stuff, so I always had an awareness of stuff like this. I just never knew how to get into cosplay or anything like that until
right?
a friend of mine was doing it. Was like, "Hey, just try it out," because I didn't really know about anime conventions. I didn't even know it was an idea of people dressing up throughout the year. Like it was so bigger than what I anticipated. But it definitely starts with looking up anime conventions and stuff. And the minute I went to one, it led me to knowing about other ones. So it got me
Yeah,
more aware when I was in it.
right. Yeah, that's interesting. um,
But
what
I
was
didn't think I'd
your
be this addicted, honestly.
you be this? So like, what do you do? You have like dozens of outfits you're working on right now, and you just like get distracted when every time you see a new character. It's like, oh, she's cute. I'll do her. Wait, I have like 30 outfits that need to get done. What am I? I don't care. Are you that kind of?
Always, always, always. I would be so many I want to do, and then I would forget about other ones I wanted to do, and it'd just be too much.
Yeah.
So it was. pretty intense. Like I would literally say I want to do this and this, and then I would end up forgetting about it. So now I just have like a backlog of so many costumes and things I wanted to do.
Right.
I'm trying to get through my backlog, but then I keep adding on more stuff, and I think that's just like a common cosplayer problem.
Yeah.
But I just kind of take it little steps at a time. Like if I'm very passionate about something, I'll just do it. And if I'm upset that I have so much backlog, I'll try to like fit it into a con schedule. But of course, a lot of the stuff got backed up since Corona hit. So all my plans and travel plans and collabs kind of got delayed.
Oh, that's
So
that's not a
hopefully,
fun feeling.
yeah, I mean, I know that when this is over, that would be the first thing I do. And all the people want to work with, we've already talked about it. And it's just kind of like the waiting game.
Yeah.
I
Yeah. Well,
want to
I
make
mean,
sure that we're all safe first.
absolutely. And I mean, yeah, with a bunch of plans getting canceled, I mean, at least you have more time to work on your massive backlog if you want to.
I want to, but I'm so lazy since this quarantine. Like, I'll be like, yeah, I'm gonna make a bunch of TikToks, I'm gonna do all this stuff. And then I'm like, well, Animal Crossing sounds a lot better.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I've just been so much gaming, especially over the weekend when I don't have work or other responsibilities I got to work on. So, oh my gosh, it's crazy. Ba, ba, ba. What con was your first convention?
Um, Youmacon. I'm a
Okay.
Michigan girl, so that was my first. I never went out of state. Um, until probably my first year official. No, maybe like okay. Yomacon's in October, November. So my first out of state was in February for Katsucon. Because
Okay.
everybody was talking about it. And I was like, I have to go. It was so overwhelming because the people there were kind of bitchy.
Oh God.
Yeah, I'd be like, what would I say? I would be like, oh hey, we have the same outfit, we're twins, and a girl would be like rolling her eyes and walk away, and I'm like, oh,
Oh yeah, yeah.
well, yeah, but like I learned the hard way. That's just kind of how it is. In cosplay, you're always gonna have drama. You're always gonna have people who say you're wrong. You're always gonna have people who say you're right. Like it's no one's ever truly gonna have a situation where you're scot free in cosplay, and that's just how it is. And you just kind of have to accept it. And I'm kind of the
Yeah.
veteran in that. I've been in so much drama since I first started. And it's just kind of like I'm sure some of it was me, some of it was other people, and that's fine, but it's just kind of like you have to just keep going. And that's what I learned. So many people have quit or like taken so many distances because of the negativity and the drama with it. But I have to just keep pushing through because I'm not going to let
Yeah.
something stop me from doing what I want to do. No one can
Absolutely.
stop me from doing what I want to do. I don't care if I'm wrong in the situation, I don't care if I'm right. You just kind of have to take it as a learning lesson. You got to keep going.
Learn from your
And that's
mistakes and
it.
keep going. Yeah. You don't want to let the naysayers like win, so to speak, and making and like pushing you out of the community and stuff like that. So, okay. So, on to the main topic of discussion. We were actually talking about this earlier before we got started over on Twitter, and then I was just like, okay, let's save it for the episode. So, I've mentioned this countless times before, even wrote about it on my blog, but for those who are unaware, um, OnlyFans has been a rising platform for cosplayers and content creators. The gist of it is it's basically a more risque, sexually active Instagram, so to speak. And I've noticed a couple of cosplayers have made it completely free, with only including certain posts that are paid, but then others will require you to pay in order to view the feed. And I believe that's what you have, correct?
Wait, sorry, can you repeat that? It
Sure.
kind of cut out for a second.
Oh no, it cut out. Ugh.
Just a little
So
bit, sorry.
that's okay. That's all right. Um, so a more risque platform like Instagram. Um, some cosplayers they have it completely free, with certain posts being you got to pay for, and in this case, like the paid post will include like several images instead of like the one shot that they have for free. But then others will have it so that you have to pay up in advance, almost like Patreon, in order to view the entire feed, like including like a backlog of all past posts from who knows how long ago.
Are you talking
And
about OnlyFans?
yeah,
Oh, well, I kind of always switch it up, like, because of the lockdown. I've done the free and I've done the paid. I feel safer doing paid when it comes down to like posting like more risque nudity on my feed. I'll like post more when it's more like pay for my pay before my feed. But when it's free, I usually kind of chill out and I kind of
right.
like post more lewd. So I kind of flip flop. I know some people have even made OnlyFans where they have one full free and the other one's like just paid, and it's all like they're more risque content, and
Yeah,
which
they
is
got two accounts. Yeah,
am- that's amazing multitasking, and I respect anyone who does that because that's pretty wild.
yeah,
Um, I thought about it, but I'm kind of a procrastinator lately, so I don't think I could do that. So I try to just flip flop between, like, if I don't feel comfortable having something free for a while, I'll like delete the post or archive it for a little bit. But I'm definitely a flip flopper because sometimes when I have it free for a long time, I'll get a lot of people who are trying to like take notes of my what I'm posting, which is really weird, or just they're there to just try to just leak all your content, or
oh yeah,
they're like asking a lot for from you, even though it's free. They're like asking so much from you, and then they if you like give them a price for something custom, they think it's absurd that you're giving them a price. So that kind of annoys me because when people just pay for my content, I don't get that as much. I get a lot of I've gotten some people who are would bitch about if I do pay-per-view content, but I don't get it as often, and if I do, I kind of like just block them and have them their money refunded because I don't want to deal with someone telling me how what to do on my page and what to do with my content, especially if
yeah,
a lot of people are okay with it. And like if one bad apple wants to complain about it, that's on them. They can have their money back. It's not gonna I'm not gonna lose sleep at night knowing that this person who is making me trying to make me feel bad for what I do, which is quite the norm for most content creators. Like I'm just not gonna sit there and tolerate that because it's my
yeah.
page and I'm gonna do what I want to do on my page.
Right. So you have this and a Patreon, correct?
Yeah, I do. Um,
Okay. So in your opinion, I mean, at first when we were talking about this over Twitter DMs, you said they both suck in terms of platforms, which is like,
they,
oh crap, that's not how I want this to go. But I mean, it does. I mean, I felt that like a lot of people were jumping on OnlyFans because Patreon had a lot of controversy and issues with payments not being processed, because I think there was at one point where they switched banks to a foreign bank or something like that, or like a bank in England, and that caused like a lot of U.S. payments to like get denied because of like suspicion of fraud and whatnot.
Mhm.
And then it was just like a lot of cosplayers who specialize like in the lewd modeling. They'll have their content restricted in terms of like not being able to search for it or being hidden.
I get that a
Um,
lot.
yeah, and then OnlyFans, um, the one complaint I've seen is that they, as a company, take a pretty hefty amount in terms of like your cut for the month. I believe you told me they take 30%,
Yeah,
and
that's a lot.
that is a lot. And then
A
overall, both of them have
lot.
very bad customer service, which I've seen online. With cosplayers tweeting at like the Patreon help and the OnlyFans support, and like having them show their displeasure in getting such a slow response or even no response at all, which is mind-boggling to me. Have you had like that experience in like trying to reach out to their customer service?
Patreon froze my account when I was on my way to London. I was so pissed.
Oh no. Oh god.
I couldn't get any of my money. I was like, "Are you serious right now?" They were saying that the difference between like that is what makes OnlyFans better is because they don't really care if your titties are out on your cover photo or if your pose is sexual on your profile picture. They don't care. But Patreon, they forced me to change my icon because they thought it was too suggestive. And at the time, I'm sure it was just like cleavage or something. It was too suggestive, and I had to like change stuff on my tiers. I couldn't have certain like GIFs. I couldn't have certain pictures posted. I couldn't write certain things on my levels. Like they're really, they're really like strict about what I could and could not post on my own bio, and they were like, we're not going to let you have your money until you change all this stuff.
Oh
So
my
they
god.
like suspended my account. I was pissed. They suspended it for
Jesus.
like weeks, and that was very upsetting and frustrating. But currently everybody has, a lot of people have started disabling their patrons and just focusing on OnlyFans. The only
Yeah.
reason I don't is because I have so many people on there on Patreon still that I who prefer sets and stuff, and that's their choice. So I haven't disabled mine. If I had like probably like barely anyone on there, then I would definitely disable it and just keep focusing on OnlyFans. But
Right.
since I have like it's kind of split both ways for me, I have to do both. And I try to work out a system that works for me where I'll post like daily content, like at like normal content, kind of like not like just photo sets content on OnlyFans and Patreon. I'll focus more on my like sets of the month,
Yeah.
and then I'll send out all my sets I've done years ago, like the same type of sets. Kind of like if I did like a Valentine's Day set. So if I did three Valentine's set, like a different Valentine's day set for like 3 years, different ones, I would send that out along with my current set of the month. So they're getting like 300 plus images
Yeah.
because it's all my previous work being sent out as well as my current. And if someone's
Yeah.
new, they just get all those photos as
Right.
well.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel so. Do you think that like if you had posted on Patreon thinking of consisting, not the word, what am I looking for, solely focusing on OnlyFans, would it, do you think it would be feasible to like post on Patreon and like asking like, hey, would any of you guys hop over to OnlyFans if I were to disable my Patreon and focus solely on OnlyFans? Like, do you feel
They
like you,
probably would.
yeah?
They probably would, but I'm just not gonna do it. I'm just not gonna do it. It's not for me to
Right.
switch it up. I'm perfectly content with what I have going on now. Unless it like all goes to shit, which anything's possible
Anything possible.
because in this world, then I'll definitely get rid of one and just focus on the other. But for now, I'm kind of like I kind of spread myself a little thin with that. But I'm okay with that. I mean that works for me.
Yeah, as long as you're
But
not like overworking yourself and it's been going okay for you so far, then yeah, keep at it.
so far so good. Because
Yeah.
I'm definitely friends with people who have both. And we constantly talk about what do you do on yours? What do you do on yours? What do you do on yours? So we all
Yeah.
got like our different, you know,
Methods.
our vibes, we all have our different ways of how we do things. But
Yeah.
it's nice to ask people.
Yeah. I know some people that have both. Like they'll have the photo sets, but then they'll take a couple of pictures and either put them as a mini set on OnlyFans or post them for free as in like a few images as like a teaser saying like if you want to see more, definitely check out my Patreon. Um, Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Everyone has their preference. I mean, I know for me, um, I've been more on the side of going to OnlyFans for like a month for certain creators based on what they're doing. And there's only a very few where I'm still like I would like quote unquote treat myself to a high level tier, but I haven't been really doing that much often because I gotta save money. I got shit going on that requires me to save up.
I feel that. I feel that.
Yeah. And I feel very fortunate in that like I don't think cosplayers I imagine some do, like some that I probably don't know who are like more on like the bitchy side where they only care about supporters if they give them money. But like I'm in a position where like I've formed a lot of friendships with a lot of these girls over the years where they don't give a damn if I mean honestly I feel like they would much rather me save my money than spending it on them because I've already done so like countless times in the past. And I'm like seeing them at conventions and whatnot. So yeah, that's my little mini story. um,
I, I feel
what?
that.
Yeah,
I laugh. Sorry.
that's okay. That's all right. um, Anything else about OnlyFans that you want to talk about, or
I
I guess
like that OnlyFans is like you don't have to like just sell sets. It's kind of like whatever. You could be in a bikini cooking breakfast or something like that. That's pretty, I don't feel as much pressure to do sets, but I don't like that they take 30%. That's like kind of bullshit.
right?
So if that is so much money to take from someone. So if someone's tipping you, you're literally barely getting half of that, and that's pretty crazy.
Yeah,
And I feel like you have to like push harder for people to tip you and stuff. And I feel like that's quite like annoying for some people. I'm sure they don't like that, but it's kind of
yeah,
like it's kind of like you kind of have no choice because they take so much from you as it is. So that's a little bit frustrating. I wish they would lower their percentage cost.
yeah,
But and I don't get the top percentage thing. I don't know what algorithm like how that works at all. And none of us I've asked so many fellow sex workers and they don't know either. I'm literally like, so how does this ranking work? Like what are they basing it off of? It's
yeah,
not based off of follows because I've seen people have different like large I can see people having large followings and the percentage is like not as low. And then I've seen people who have it's like really in between. So it doesn't go by how many followers, I mean subscribers you have at all. I don't know what they're basing it off of at all.
maybe like how much money they're making, but yeah, it might just be like a bullshit thing that they're doing. I have no idea.
Me neither, because I could get tipped a lot and my percentage wouldn't change or it would drastically. So it's really it doesn't make sense. There's
Right?
no like explanation. A lot of people have asked and there's no explanation as to why that is. It's just kind
Yeah,
of a thing.
yeah. I was curious for a time, and I don't know if that's the case anymore, but like I was starting to see like a lot of cosplayers like convert into doing OnlyFans. Like I feel I'm not sure if cosplayer Kenzie Logan, I don't know if she shut down her Patreon and because she had been focused on OnlyFans like 100%, and I don't. I feel like she must have shut down her Patreon because otherwise I would have seen her like advertise it on her Twitter like so many like every other cosplayer does at certain points of the month.
I think she did. I'm not sure. She likes OnlyFans more because she can express herself more, which is fine because everybody does it
Yeah.
differently. But I've seen a lot of my fellow friends shut down their Patreons to focus solely on OnlyFans, and they feel more happy with that. But then I've seen my other friends like Juliet, Michelle. She still has her Patreon and OnlyFans, and
Oh
she'll
my
like
God, I love
balance them
Juliet.
both.
Oh my
Me too. She's a sweetie pie. That
God.
girl is adorable. I love her. Love her,
Yeah.
love her, love her, love her, love
I
her.
want it. Yeah, no, I want it. So, okay, so all my listeners out there, I mean, I am so happy and grateful that Krissy was able to join me today for like this OnlyFans episode. But my original idea was to get like a round table of like not just Krissy, but like have other girls like, like OMG cosplay and Bishojo Mom and possibly Peach Jars. Just a lot of cosplayers that are more into OnlyFans and just have like multiple girls talk about it. But I mean, schedules are schedules. Everyone's got their own thing going on. So unfortunately, that wasn't able to happen. But I mean, I know Juliet reached out to me and said that she definitely wants to be on my show again for another episode. So that's something in the works soon. But yeah, that was my original idea because I mean, I subbed to her OnlyFans I think once before, and oh my gosh, whew. Good God.
Oh my gosh. Oh, you're so funny.
Oh gosh.
There's a lot of beautiful girls out there. They're very blessed to have met them.
Yeah, I haven't.
The community I feel like is quite smaller than people say.
Yeah,
They think it's big, but it's quite small. You eventually bump into people eventually. It's like
yeah.
a small circle.
I haven't met Juliet yet. I think we almost did at Katsucon, but then I backed out because of my PAX East obligations, where I got awarded a media pass for my podcast. So that was a
I
huge.
don't I don't think she went. At
She
least that's
didn't.
what she told me
Yeah,
in
she
New
told me.
Orleans.
Yeah, she told me she didn't go either. So I mean, yay! I lucked out, I guess.
I didn't go either. A lot of us dropped out. I don't know why. And it's so funny. Everybody had their own reasons why they dropped out, but I found it hilarious because everybody was like, I'm going to Katsuga. And then I was like, did you go? And then they'd be like, oh, I dropped out.
Yeah,
It's
I
so funny
noticed
how
that
that
too.
worked
It's like
out.
I noticed. Yeah,
I mean, I've been going for like 5 years straight, so I'm like, I'm tired of going to this event. That's my personal reason why I didn't go. I was really burnt out, and I was tired of doing the same cons every year. I felt like I was in a loop. In hindsight,
right,
if I knew Corona was gonna happen, I would win.
right.
But
Yeah,
I wanted to lessen my cons and focus more on different events. Like I wanted to do Coachella, which also got pushed back. I wanted to do a lot of bigger, like different type of events. I wanted to do influencer type of events because I wanted to start branding myself as that more and like changing it up. But who would have thought that we'd be in this situation today?
no
And I
one
want
did.
I also want to do a lot more like studio sets because I really like how so many cosplayers will like book us like a studio set and they'll do like a theme based off of that set, and I think that's super cool. And I wanted to do a lot more set photos and do more collabs. I want to fly to people and we do
Yeah,
shoots together. So I want to do a lot of different things, and I still want to do a lot of different things, but I wanted to, you know, out with the old and with the new type of shit.
right, right. Yeah, I think
Something new.
it got. I consider it very lucky that PAX East happened when it did, because then right after that, the virus became an even much more bigger deal, and then every con got canceled into existence. And it was just like in the back of my head, like if PAX East was like a week or two later than when it was, it probably would have gotten canceled. So it lucked out
Oh,
happening when
Anime
it.
Expo is still going on, I think.
Oh, really?
They haven't canceled, and ColossalCon didn't cancel. But I guess they're just like hoping that the coronavirus doesn't last, but I don't know at this rate.
No one knows at this rate. No, no one knows. Yeah. I mean, I couldn't do Katsucon and PAX East because it cost a lot of money, and
I saw that.
they were so close together. Like Katsucon and PAX East were in the same month, so it's just like getting the media pass for PAX kind of solidified like which con I wanted to go to. So, and I don't regret it because going all 4 days for PAX East was a ton of fun. Like, my listeners can attest to that if you checked out my other episodes regarding that event. But that was so much fun. But I mean, I may not even go to New York Comic Con unless I get approved a professional badge or a media badge because of certain events going on in that time frame that I think have more priority over New York. Basically, I would have a wedding to go to that same weekend, and if I don't get a professional badge or a media badge, then I'm not going. Period. Like it's not worth it. Um, yeah, that's my situation. um.
I both of them are way too overpriced.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay.
Way too overpriced. One day I'll go to PAX East. A lot of people say that I'm afraid to go to PAX East, but that's not true. But it just never worked out. When I try to go, my first PAX East experience was pretty traumatizing, so I haven't been since.
Oh, I'm
But I
sorry.
every year I try to make an effort. Oh, it's okay.
I'm
I
sorry it
just
was
don't
a bad
date in the
experience.
community for a reason.
Right.
I don't date in the community anymore.
Oh, it's that kind of thing. Okay. All right. Well, let's
Bad,
end
bad breakup.
end it there. Let's just say that. End it there. um.
Yeah. I just one day I'll go to PAX East again and it will be a great experience and it won't be what it was the first time.
Yeah. Um. All right. So how about we switch gears a bit and talk about and I've had this discussion a lot mainly with a lot of POC cosplayers because maybe their experience is the same or similar or maybe it's different but as a person of color how do you feel like about like how the cosplay community like treat like POC cosplayers or like have you felt like you being treated a certain way or like not getting a lot of photo shoots in or like not being able to work with a lot of photographers or that kind of thing?
I like my small circle of photographers. I kind of like I could tell when there's a lot of people who don't have a portfolio where they're lacking in diversity on purpose and I think that's really fucking whack. And we're kind of like considered the black sheep of the community. We get a lot of racist backlash for no reason and called monkeys and stuff. It's ridiculous. And I've definitely been in the shit store that where I've almost quit multiple times like back in 2017, 16. Um, it's really harder for black cosplayers to get their name out there, which is really sad because I feel like there's so many talented people and we kind of get pushed to the side for just a type of look or image and a lot of people focus mainly on Asian and white cosplayers, but black cosplayers I'll hear stuff like we're appropriating and just some dumb shit.
Yeah.
Yet people can blackface and they consider that like I'll see people defending it and it's really deranged um how double standard this community is because I feel like why are you judging a person dressing up for fun by the color of their skin? Like why do you even care so much? They're literally like everybody else.
Right.
and it's not a problem if this girl does it, but it's a problem because this girl is darker and she's wearing a blonde wig. What's the big deal? It's kind of absurd how much gatekeeping happens in this community, and it's usually people who never cosplay themselves who be mouthing off, which is ridiculous. Um, I want it to be a more safer space for Black cosplayers, but I feel like so many people still get harassed, and that hasn't changed. I hope it will. We a lot of people speak out about it, including myself. Um,
Yeah.
but it seems to be a constant thing. It's kind of hard to control because these people kind of come out of nowhere and start harassing you. It's ridiculous, and it makes the
Yeah.
person feel so down. We come and defend them, of course, but it just seems to be like ugly stain that doesn't change. It's
Yeah.
pretty sick how it feels like Black cosplayers have it way harder than anyone else, and it's not even that many of us that have like a huge following compared to so many others who grow so quickly, and it just kind of feels like we're stagnated. And there's barely even Black cosplayers that are guests, which is super frustrating. It
Right.
doesn't make a lot of sense why
Complete
we're treated differently than everybody else.
lack of diversity and all that. Absolutely. Yeah.
We're just doing the same thing. We're doing the same
Yeah.
thing. We're just like everybody else.
Yeah. And I mean,
The
like,
only difference is we're chocolate and beautiful.
nothing wrong with that. Who doesn't like chocolate?
I find it weird when people say that. I find it strange when people compliment people calling them chocolate all the time though. Like I feel like it's okay when you like a Black person says it for fun, but then you'll get like a lot of weird comparisons all the time. Like you're chocolate, you get and I can eat you, and it's like okay, all right, it was funny the first
Oh,
time,
oh my gosh.
but now it's getting weird. Like
If they
fetishizing a little bit.
if they say it so often, yeah, yeah, I get that. Yeah.
Or they'll call you the Black version of a character. Why can't I just be the character? I have to be
That's it.
like the
That's
Black version of
stupid.
this character.
Oh, look at the black
Like,
version
oh,
of.
you're Black Nezuko.
Oh my God, it's a black Tifa. Like, who gives it? No, no.
Yeah, I definitely have been called a Black Tifa in my lifetime.
Oh my God,
And I'm like, this
so
is
stupid.
dumb.
Oh my
This is
gosh.
dumb.
Yeah,
It's wild. This community is kind of crazy how some things are so forgiven and other things aren't. And I just try to focus on the people who are there for me and the people who support me because I have so many people who don't, and it's just kind of like if you focus on the people who don't enough, it literally kills your process of
you're not
wanting
gonna
to
have a lot
create
of
it
fun.
all.
Nope, absolutely. Yeah, just focus on the
Mm,
people that are showing you support, giving you love, shouting out your work. I've said this a lot when I talk with other POC cosplayers on the show and just in person, but like I admit that like I would sometimes hop on the bandwagon of like promoting you girls in like the whole 28, 29, 27, how many other freaking days there are in February of black cosplay. Like I do that, but then I'm like I've been trying to make a more concerted effort in showing more black cosplayers throughout the month, throughout the year. But I mean, it can be difficult when it's a matter of a lot of POC cosplayers don't have their photo taken as much. So it's like I can't find pictures to share and write about their outfits on my blog. So it can be a little bit difficult, but like, and I think
I
some,
suggest following pages that retweet and like write about that. Like there's a lot of diversity pages
oh yeah,
and Black cosplay pages. That makes it easier to find people a little bit. Just
yeah.
a suggestion.
No, no, no. I do. I follow a cosplayers of color page on Instagram, and that's done a wonderful job in showing me more cosplayers that I didn't even know existed, and then like sharing their pictures and me falling in love with them and be like, oh, let me go gush about this person on my blog or this person or that person, yada yada yada. So
I got some of those on Twitter too. I have to link you the page
Yeah,
I follow. Can't
yeah.
remember the name right now. I don't know why.
You could do it later. It's fine.
It'll pop up eventually. I've been
Eventually.
trying to. I'm I'm kind of hopping on and off on Twitter because Twitter is still wiling from the last drama scandal, so I need a break from that. This is
Um,
why I usually don't dip my toes in that stuff because it really drains your energy.
it
It's
can.
not worth it. It can.
Yeah, Instagram
It
is not.
really can.
Yeah,
Yeah, I feel like it's everywhere. It's kind of internet. Like you just
yeah,
can't avoid it.
yeah. No, I mean, I rarely see cosplayers use their Facebook pages
I
anymore.
would like you want to avoid it, but you're like, oh, I really can't. Like this shit is.
Oh boy. Hmm.
Oh yeah, they just don't. They just don't. They just don't. I don't know. Everybody's a little different with that.
Hmm. Anything else you want?
They
Wait, what?
there's some people who are very active on there. I barely use mine anymore. It's very hit or miss. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Hello,
yeah.
hello.
Can you hear me?
Hey,
Yeah, I
can
got
you
you.
hear me?
I got you.
I don't know what that was.
No, I can hear you. Can you
Oh,
hear me?
okay. I don't know what was going on. Yeah, I can hear you just fine.
That was weird. That was weird. Yeah. Let's see. So you say you're playing Animal Crossing a lot now. Um,
I am.
yeah, how's that going?
Well, I'm trying to build my Barbie dream house, and then I'm gonna have a big party and invite everybody over. I want to have a housewarming party, but I'm kind of like it has to be perfect. My Barbie dream house isn't ready yet, but I'm focusing on my house first and then my town because my town is gonna probably take like 50 years to do. But
Oh
like my house has to be perfect.
yeah. I mean, I've just been focusing on some of my house, some of my town, trying to get the rating up so that like KK Slider can come and do this concert, so that I can get terraforming and then really start to wreck shop and make my island the way I want it. But I just have uh to pay off my basement, so like I sunk in like 500k bells in turnip, so now it's fingers crossed I can find someone that has the turnips being sold for at least 500 bells or more, so that I can like easily make a million.
That was you once upon a time. Thank you for helping me, by the way. I really appreciate it.
Oh yeah, you're welcome.
I
I
I'm
didn't.
now a two millionaire, but I still half of that million is gonna go to my house. So
Right.
poopy scoop.
Yeah.
It's that Tom Nook. He's a crook.
Yeah, no, like I didn't even buy a lot of turnips when that happened. When I was at, it was at what was it, 500 something bells? I think it was like I never thought
Yeah,
my
it's like 523 or something. It was high. It
yeah,
was
yeah,
super
no,
high.
it shocked me because like I would have never thought that like my frickin' town would have that many bells or have that much for a turnip being sold. So like I didn't even have enough of my own to sell, but I still made bank. And then
I
like
mean, I don't know if you do you use time travel?
I did one time to help out one girl.
You
Uh,
could have went back Sunday and then came back and sold it.
I could have, but I mean, it's the thrill of waiting, I guess. It's just
That's okay. Like
yeah,
everybody does it different.
yeah. So
I'm constantly backtracking my week, so I'm sorry. I'm a time traveler. I know people hate me for it. I don't care, but I want to make sure I don't miss out on my day to day just because I didn't want to be on Animal Crossing every single day of my life. I wanted to have a break. And if someone's gonna ridicule me on my game that I paid for, that's them. Like they didn't pay for my game. I paid for my game. So I'm gonna play my game however I want to play my game.
Amen. Amen to
I
that.
don't judge people who do. Like I've met someone whose game is in June. And I'm not like, oh my gosh, can't believe you. It's like they're gonna do whatever they want. It's their game.
Yeah,
They pay for it.
they money.
It's amazing how people will be like, I can't believe you. You freaking time traveled. How dare you?
That's cheating. Back in my day.
Right, relax. Like, it's not the end of the world. I know we're on quarantine and there's not a lot to fight over, but don't make everything a battle.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Like,
Ugh.
they're making everything a battle. It's insane. Not everything is a freaking race.
No, it's not. And like I've talked with people that like have terraforming already, and like I'll tell them where I'm at, and they'll tell me like how you get terraforming, and then I'll be like, oh, okay, so I'm close. I'm not like terribly far behind. I'm close. So just a matter of time.
Right, you're playing a story mode, right?
Right. I think it's like
Oh, shoot. Yeah, you're like, what'd you
um
say?
no, I think it's like everyone's saying like when you get like a 3-star rating on your island or after KK comes, that's when you unlock terraforming, and I think I'm almost there. Like I have a 2-star rating on my island, and I've been planting a lot of flowers because Isabel's telling me to do that. And I'm like, okay, flowers it is.
Do you have did you do the campsite?
The campsite's already there. Yep. So I'm
Oh, so
close.
you already got like you already built another house too?
Yes, I've like sold plots of land, and like they've been being taken up. Although I'm trying to get rid of one villager because she's not that good looking. She actually came from another friend's island because she kicked her out. And then I just saw her, and then I asked if it was from her because it was from her island, and she said, "Oh yeah, I kicked her out." And I was like, "Oh great, thank you." Now I gotta kick her out because I don't like how she looks.
Jeez Louise.
Oh my god, yeah, it's crazy.
Jeez Louise.
Oh my gosh,
I don't even know anymore.
yeah. But oh, on that note,
There's just I don't want to end my game. I don't want my story to end. I'll cry, but I have to because I want that terraforming bad.
me too, me too. Give me that
I'm
pathway.
sure they'll put in extra. They gotta put in extra stuff because people have beaten the game 10 times over by now.
Yeah, because some people are insane. Like I know,
Yeah, they're all these.
yeah. It's like cool that you have a lot of free time to do that. I don't. I wish I did. There are some
They
people.
gotta put in more content.
Yeah, there's one person at least I see on Twitter that has already beaten Final Fantasy VII Remake. It came out 2 days ago. What the fuck are you doing with your life?
Jeez, they gotta slow it down a little.
I mean,
Otherwise, they're gonna be bored.
yeah, no, I mean, I'm like, I'm like half blasting through Persona 5, sort of, because like the second Final Fantasy VII arrives at my house, that's taking up all my priority. I'm gonna soak in every single moment. And like I'm trying not to watch YouTube let's plays of it of certain streamers that are playing the game because it's like, what the hell am I doing? I'm getting spoiled left and right. Like no.
Is it true that Aerith is really not gonna die? Because that kind of blew my mind when someone was like, "She might not die." That was like, "What?
Oh, that would be insanely controversial.
What would they even do with her character if she
uh,
doesn't die?"
well, I guess we'll find out when we get to that point. Just give me part 1. Just let me have it already,
Oh
please.
man.
Stupid mail system. Ugh. Well, on that note,
Well,
what?
they said that Animal Crossing is gonna add in some new content, so let's hope for that.
Yeah,
Let's hope for that.
yeah, I heard that they don't have my main boy Blathers. No, not Blathers. Brewster, the guy who runs the coffee shop. He's not in the game. Like, what?
They said they might add him into the update, so I
I
guess
hope
we'll
I
see.
hope so. I need my coffee.
That and Red, I missed the art portion. I'm like, what the hell? Where is the art portion?
Oh yeah, Crazy Red. Yeah,
I didn't like the dude, but I liked the art.
yeah. At least there'll be free updates.
Right, I ain't trying to pay for DLC. That's ridiculous. I just paid for this game. Are you kidding me?
For Animal Crossing? Yeah, no, I would get yeah. That'd be weird. Well, on that note,
That's money hungry, Nintendo. Stop it.
before we become an Animal Crossing podcast, unless you have anything else you want to talk about or add, this may be a good spot to end it.
I mean, we did talk about OnlyFans and Patreon. They both got their cons. They both got their pros. OnlyFans is better for more not as restrictive, and you can kind of be open minded to what you're posting.
Yeah,
Eventually, I'm sure there'll be another platform to trump them both, and everybody's going to be on there hopping the bandwagon as well, because that's just how it is.
yeah. Like when I first saw a lot of people jumping on OnlyFans, I thought like, oh, is this gonna like quote unquote like kill Patreon as a cosplayer funded like platform? I mean, it hasn't. I mean, like we mentioned before, some cosplayers have shut down their Patreons and like focused more on OnlyFans because of how freeing it can be. But that's certainly not the case yet. Because some girls do both. Props to them that can do that. That's a lot of work. Like I from the bottom of my heart, I have a lot of respect for you girls in how you managed to do all this because that's insane. Mad props.
It might come a time where everybody's just going to be on OnlyFans. The only problem is, at first, I'll admit, like, Patreon support was trash. It still is. I definitely don't like their support. But OnlyFans was, like, no better at first. I couldn't get into my account, or they would, like, not send, I wouldn't be able to get my money. And the support group would constantly, like, not give me any help. And I would constantly email them. I was literally on their ass all the time, and they would just ignore my emails. I would constantly like tweet at them and stuff, and just like I would like basically I would just spam them, and it was getting so frustrating. I'm like, this port is trash too. But it finally came to a point where they became, I guess, so many people were complaining. They're like way better now. Every time I have a problem, they're on it like within a couple hours. So I'm glad
That's
they
good.
stepped their support system up, because I was getting real pissed off. I was like, wow, they're just as bad.
Oh, that's
But
good. That's
I'm
really
glad
good.
they actually took into consideration like their customer service, and they definitely approved. So I'm very happy that OnlyFans has gotten better with their customer support.
Good. Good. All right. Well, I think this is a good place to end it on. Krissy, if people want to follow your cosplays and your work, where would they go? Or should they go?
They should go. Wait, my work as in like my sexy work, or like as in like just look at my tweets and my personality?
Yeah. Plug in everything.
Okay, well, they can find me on twitter.com/ChrissyVictory. On Instagram, I'm Krissy Victory with an extra Y, because someone took Krissy Victory and she's never logged in.
Oh,
So I am an extra Y. And it's KRISSYVICTORY. And my if you want to see sexy content, onlyfans.com/Krissy If you want to see like photo sets and photo shoots I've done, that is on, and you have access to my Snapchat as well on patreon.com/Krissy. You can also tip for that on OnlyFans if you want. And I have a website where I sell Snapchats and pass sets on KrissyVictory.com. So there is plenty of me to go around on all these links.
All right, and you guys know where to find me. If you've listened to the full show before, you've seen or heard my new ending clips and whatnot. So, yeah, thank you so much, Krissy, for joining me on this episode. She's a total sweetheart. You guys should definitely check out her work. It's so gorgeous. Oh my gosh. And
Thank you for having me. Sorry it took so long.
yeah, no, seriously, guys, we've been trying to do this for like I want to say since like March, and it just like it would never happen. Like she wouldn't get back.
Something would always happen,
Yeah,
or
something
I'd
always
get sick.
happens. Yeah, or you get sick, or like you're available, but then like you took so long to respond, and then like at that point I'm tired. I want to go to bed. So
Damn, I'm sorry.
that's
I'm
okay. I'm
sorry.
kidding. I'm kidding. You know I love you. I'm kidding.
I know you're kidding. You made me a
Yeah.
millionaire. Of course I know you're kidding.
I made you a millionaire. Respect that.
Funny, do you know if on my celebrity stupid like those weird celebrity pages with their bios, they say I'm worth $1 to $5 million? That's hilarious because I definitely don't have $5 billion in my account.
Oh
That's
my.
funny. That's
Uh,
so funny. I was like, yeah, I'm definitely worth 5 billion. You're tripping.
where'd you get that number? Ugh.
Exactly. I was wondering where they pulled that out of their booties from.
So yeah, pull that out of their butt. More episodes are coming this month. Stay tuned. I'm gonna end it like that.
I would
Okay.
love to come back again sometime.
Yes. Oh my gosh. And we could talk about something else. Hopefully, like maybe the next time you come on, it'll be about a con you went to. If cons happen this year, I hope.
Right. Fingers crossed for that one. If not, it'll be about working with probably like Minda or Juliet because those are my babies and I
Oh my
will
gosh.
protect them.
Yes. Yes. An episode on collaborating with cosplayers and other creators. Oh, that's a great idea. Let me add that after. Okay, we're rambling.
You're welcome.
Thank you for listening to today's episode. If you enjoyed it, please feel free to leave a review and feedback. You can also support the show through Anchor's listener support or on my Patreon, patreon.com/Lightning Palace. For more cosplay news and coverage, visit the Lightning Palace on Blogspot and follow Lightning Palace on Twitter and Instagram. See you all next time.